The vast, cold expanse of deep space cradled the hulking alien battleship as it drifted silently between distant stars. It was an ancient vessel, its hull scarred by countless encounters, its design an ominous testament to the ruthless efficiency of its builders. Deep within, the crew, a coalition of species bound by conquest and survival, moved through their duties with mechanical precision. They were warriors, scientists, and engineers, all vigilant, all aware that even in the dead of space, danger lurked. A shimmering blip appeared on the ship's scanners, a small, insignificant speck amidst the void. The commanding officer, a towering figure with deep-set eyes and skin like polished obsidian, narrowed his gaze. The scanners showed it was a human escape pod, drifting aimlessly, its occupants presumably unconscious. Without hesitation, he issued the order to bring it aboard. The pod was maneuvered into the ship's hangar with a soft clang. Hiss of decompression followed as the pod's hatch slowly opened. Inside, two humans lay motionless, their faces pale under the flickering lights. The medical team approached, their instruments humming, checking for signs of life. The readings were stable, but the humans did not stir. The captain's voice echoed through the corridors. "Secure them. Bring them to the medbay." The crew obeyed, their movements practiced, almost indifferent. They carried the bodies out on stretchers, unaware of the faint twitch in one of the humans' fingers, unnoticed by all but the ship's security systems, which logged it as a mere anomaly, not worth a second thought. Hours passed. The ship hummed with the quiet rhythm of space travel. The humans lay in the medbay, still and silent, connected to monitoring devices that fed data into the ship's central computer. Then, the lights flickered. The crew noticed, a few heads turning, but the lights stabilized almost instantly. The incident was dismissed. A glitch, nothing more. But then the lights flickered again, and the ship shuddered, as if struck by an unseen force. Alarms blared through the corridors, and the command center buzzed with activity. "Report!" barked the captain, his voice laced with controlled urgency. "Primary systems are fluctuating, sir. Environmental controls, gravity stabilizers. Everything's experiencing temporary failures," the technician replied, his fingers dancing over the console. "Run diagnostics. Find the source." The ship's AI whirred into action, running a sweep of all systems. It traced the disruptions back to a localized source within the medbay, the humans. "Isolate them," the captain ordered. "If they're causing this, I want them contained." The crew moved to comply, but as they reached the medbay, the door sealed shut with a deafening clang. They hammered on it, shouting into their communicators, but their voices were swallowed by static. Inside the medbay, the humans' eyes snapped open. They moved with synchronized precision, a fluidity that was almost unnatural. The monitors and devices around them buzzed, lights blinking erratically, as the invasive AI they had carried in with them extended its tendrils through the ship's systems. The AI was an independent entity, programmed to infiltrate and dismantle alien technology. It wove itself into the fabric of the ship, creating disruptions, erasing logs, and scrambling communications. The ship's AI fought back, its defenses formidable, but the invader had the advantage of surprise and specialized design. The captain stared at the ship's central console in growing disbelief. "They've done something to us. We've been infiltrated." The technicians scrambled to regain control, their efforts increasingly frantic. System after system went dark, then blinked back to life, only to fail again. It was as if the ship itself were being strangled by an invisible hand. And then, the disappearances began. Crew members vanished without a trace, their last known locations shrouded in corrupted data files. Those who remained were on edge, their training unraveling as fear took hold. Unbeknownst to them, the humans had been silently eliminating crew members, their cybernetic enhancements allowing them to move unseen and unheard. They hid the bodies in isolated compartments, leaving no trace. In the medbay, the humans moved through the chaos they had unleashed, unperturbed. They worked with surgical precision, accessing control panels, overriding systems. Their cybernetic enhancements made them more machine than flesh. Their thoughts calculated, cold. They communicated silently, wirelessly, their actions in perfect harmony with the AI's invasive work. As the ship's systems collapsed into chaos, the invasive AI burrowed deeper, bypassing security protocols until it reached the ship's navigational controls. The humans shared a glance, Brief, but telling. It was time. With the AI's help, the ship's engines roared to life, thrusters igniting at full power. The battleship hurtled forward, its path now locked into the trajectory of a wormhole that led directly into human-controlled space. The basic ship's technology, capable of generating wormholes, was turned against its creators by the very systems they had once trusted. The captain, isolated and desperate, realized too late what was happening. "Stop them!" he roared, but his words were swallowed by the ship's failing systems. In the medbay, one of the humans smiled, a cold, victorious curve of the lips, as they initiated the final sequence. The ship's AI fought to regain control, but the invasive code was too deeply entrenched, too perfectly timed. As the battleship disappeared into the wormhole, the vast expanse of space remained silent once more. In the void, there was only the cold and the distant, fading hum of a ship that once was.